extreme urgency, then we have a chance of making life multiplanetary. Still just a chance, not for sure. If we don't act with extreme urgency, that chance is probably zero. And the rate of innovation is not going to be constant. It's either going to increase the rate of innovation, or it's going to slow down. If you look at American access to space with Crew, we were able to go to the moon in '69. Then with the space shuttle, we could only go to low Earth orbit. And the space shuttle retired. And then for almost a decade, there was America had no access to space with people. So this is a pretty bad trend. It's trending to zero.
Right.
We need a very strong trend in the other direction in order to have any chance whatsoever of making life multiplanetary.
Yep.
So that's the reason for the extreme sense of urgency.
build the technologies necessary to make life multiplanetary. To answer more seriously, if you consider the nature of importance itself and say, how do you tell that anything is important? Well, the lens of history is a helpful guide here. And the more you zoom out, the more you can distinguish the things that are important over a great span of time, the truly important things, versus the things that may seem important in the moment but are forgotten once that moment has passed.
What's going on, guys? This is your man, Real Deal, Steele, coming to you live on this Saturday night, feeling all right. What is going on, gang? Don't worry, I got a chart coming in just momentarily. We'll get those green and reds coming up in just a second. There we go, flying comfortably over 30 cents at last over 30 cents. We were waiting. I tweeted out something earlier this evening because we kept seeing Dogecoin get rejected right at the top middle part of 29, and I said, look, watching Dogecoin not making it to 30 cents right now is like being an 18-year-old boy stuck on at second base for hours with a girl on her sofa, and that's exactly what it was feeling like. Every time it got close, it just gets shot back down, retrace again. Finally, here we are. we reached the threshold of over blasting through that resistance of the top 29, comfortably over 30 cents as it stands now anyway. Looks like we could be headed for continuation of this bullishness throughout the night. Feeling all right. What's going on, guys? You're watching Steven Steele Live. I'm Steven Steele. Going to bring my co-host on in just a minute. If you could, in the meantime, just hit that like button. Takes a split second of your time. Doesn't cost you a dime. Number one thing that you can do to help a newer-ish emerging channel like this get up into those tricky YouTube algorithms, get up in front of more eyes. Also, if you're interested in membership, just click on the join button right under the video. There's 3 tiers of membership we offer, and that will unlock all sorts of benefits and features to members only. And the memberships just start at $4 a month, so feel free to check that out. And lastly, if you feel compelled to super chat anywhere throughout this, anytime throughout this broadcast, ask whatever questions, comments that you'd like for myself or my esteemed co-host, you're more than welcome to. That obviously is appreciated for the time and efforts put in. Who do we got in the chat tonight? We've got Alan Schneider, we've got Abstractus Artemis, we've got Zombie Doge Army, we've got Truckin' All Day, we've got Hector the Dude, we've got Quad Galaxy, we've got Slay Blaze, we've got Comet DeLuffy, we've got Mama Crypto, we've got Kyle S, we've got TJ Braymiller, my favorite WWE sounding name. We got Zero Fox. We've got Link and Greenfield Luminal and a whole bunch more. Great. Welcome, guys. Welcome. At this time, I'd like to bring on my co-host. It's a man that needs little known introduction in these parts. It is Dogecoin millionaire, Nicholas Balls. Nick, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Steven?
Yeah, just doing it to it, just watching this nice little run we got going here. Pretty good 24-hour cycle we're looking at. Over the last 24 hours, Dogecoin is sitting comfortably at a 6% increase for the week. We're going on 20% increase. So looking pretty good overall. What do you say?
Yeah, looks great. We kind of knew earlier in the week that we would probably be looking around 30s towards the end or beginning of the weekend. Broke a little bit later. Now we're going into Sunday. Topped out 31,397. I still use Binance. I don't know why. I should probably use Crash. Should probably switch over to Kraken. But yeah, I mean, it looks decent. It looks decent, and as long as Bitcoin is in kind of like a weird spot right now.
Yeah.
Where it's just kind of holding. But if Bitcoin decides to make another move up, I think that Doge will be soon to follow. And yeah, I don't think it took Bitcoin getting to 50K, as some people might have thought it did, to get Doge to 30 cents. I don't think that's clearly that didn't happen. So Doge is over 30, Bitcoin's at 47.2. So yeah, I think we're sitting pretty, and I like the patterns that we're forming right now. Obviously a little retracement, but nothing major. I've actually brought my charts down to the 5-minute because I was watching Batman earlier and he was on the 5 minutes. So I never go down that low, but I brought mine down to the 5, and the MACD looks great. I mean, we're in a little bit of red territory right now, but I think it'll cross over. We might make another run for it tonight.
Nice. Let me get to these super chats, and I want to kind of circle back to you on that last point. Truckin' All Day coming in with a generous $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Truckin' All Day. Appreciate it. And I love the classic Dogecoin avatar that you've been rocking. Found this orange thing on the ground, Steven, and it has your name on it. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that orange thing. I love it. Thank you. And thank you for your continued support. And it's always great to see you. And Kama Delufa coming in with a $1 super chat says, strip of dollars. Thank you for that, Kama. Do appreciate that. So the last thing that you said, Nick, is that we could see a continuation. What is the probability of that continuation, and what would that continuation look like approximately?
Well, if you're looking at it from a fib standpoint, obviously we're hitting a level of resistance at around 31,397 to be exact, but the 31.4 area is a level of resistance. But technically speaking, the target excuse me. The target is up at like 34 and a half, almost 35 is the next fib level from where we're at now. So we're in between fib levels. I'm gonna have to go really far out again. Hold on here. We are in between the 382 and the 5, which is great because this is right where we want to be for building. We're not really running up into hard levels of resistance, and the wick on the daily, although it just restarted, the wick on the daily is pretty high. So I don't know. I'd like to see that kind of play out and see where we are. But if you look at the MACD on the daily, it looks beautiful. I mean, we're well above the 0, up to the 2, almost 2-1, and both indicators are wide apart. I like the way that we're building structure here. I would expect I don't know. If this was ETH, I would say there would be no, we could see, might not ever have a red day in the next like 20 days, but, I don't know. We're so, the indicators on the daily are so wide open that we could see a continuation to the upside for the next 7 days, maybe more.
Yeah, that's exactly what I've been looking. Well, not exactly, but I came to similar conclusions that I think things overall have been looking pretty bullish for the next 7 to 10 days, up to even. So, of course, that's going to include some healthy retracements and some pullback consolidations before it keeps ramping up again. But I think the overall trajectory is going to keep being on the upswing for the next, like I said, for the next week and a half. Nick, now I know a couple nights ago that you were saying that you were hypothesizing, you were estimating that you said that it was a fairly decent likelihood that Doge could reach 40 cents within maybe within the month, or what did you say there?
Yeah. So if you look at it right now, basically between August 7th and today, which is 7 days, we've gained almost 60%, 58.58%. Now, if we were to continue this pattern in the same trajectory over the next 7 days, which would put us towards like the end of the month, let's just say the 30th, we would be at about 48.5 cents.
Mm-hmm.
If we just continued on the course that we're on now, we could even have, let's just say, in between the breakup of this 2-week period, let's say we had one red day like ETH did.
Mm-hmm.
We could still see a 60% swing up. So if we continue on the pattern that we're on, we see another 60% within the next 7 days. We're going to be right at the almost 50 cent level, which is, by the way, right next to the fib 786 level, which would put us at almost 53 cents, 52.8.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I can definitely see how you came to that conclusion, all things considered. Right now we are at 30.55, and what we saw over the last day and a half is we just kept getting stuck. We kept getting stuck right at the top of the 28.29 for like almost the full day and a half there. Nick, why do you think there's so much resistance right at the top of 29? What were you seeing according to the charts there?
I think a lot of it had to do with Bitcoin. Bitcoin kind of stalled out the last few days.
Yes.
I think a lot of it had to do with Bitcoin. Now, historically, and if you keep in mind, when Dogecoin hit its all-time high at that was May 8th. I'm going to take a look and I'll tell you what BTC was at. On May 8th, BTC was at 55. Oh, maybe a little bit less. I'm sorry. I gotta spread this out a little bit. May 8th, BTC was at like 51. Wicked up to 52, but yeah, between 51 and 52. So we're not too far away right now from where Bitcoin was at when Doge hit its all-time high comparatively. I don't think it takes Bitcoin hitting its new all-time high to get Doge over $1. I don't think that's required. I think Doge has the ability to move outside of the pole of Bitcoin, and historically it has, because why would we be at 73 cents on a day when Bitcoin's at 51,000? It just doesn't make sense. So I do believe that we could be building towards a breakout. Now, if you look at former breakouts for Dogecoin, the first one occurring back in December, that was a breakout to a cent. Then the next one occurring in January, at the end of January, to the break up to 8 cents, almost 9. Both of those patterns don't look anything like where we're at now. However, what does look kind of similar to where we're at now was the breakout in April. The breakout from 6 cents all the way up to 44. We do have a similar structure to that. It's not as sharp, it doesn't look as intense, but it is a similar pattern. So I could see a parabolic breakout happening at any time, and this is why I'm not trading right now. Because at any moment, if you're stuck in a long, or God forbid, I don't know why you would be shorting right now. If you're shorting right, I couldn't imagine that. If anybody is in the chat shorting right now, please raise your hand. I don't care. I'm not judging. Do whatever you want. I just physically I couldn't handle it. Right now I would be so sketched out because this could pop off at any second. At any second, Doge could go parabolic, like it has in the past.
Yes.
And if so, it's gonna run hard. And there's no telling. People like to say that there's indicators or there's factors that go into play. BS. There is no factor, indicator, anything otherwise that causes Doge to go parabolic. Like with Bitcoin, there was obviously Tesla acceptance. There was a big push. A lot of things led up to Bitcoin hitting its all-time high. There was nothing that on any parabolic move other than SNL.
Right.
Which, there was a lot of hype from 26 cents up to, I will admit, I don't look at the move from 26 cents up to 73 as a parabolic move. It was not look at it compared to what happened in April, look at it compared to what happened in January, look at it what compared to happen in December. It doesn't look anything like those moves. It was a manipulated thing that happened outside of its other parabolic moves. So I don't consider the SNL event to be a parabolic run. That being said, if we see a parabolic move in the next several days, it would not surprise me. And again, my price target for the next run is $1.81, and I've got my limit order placed and my McLaren in the shop.
Yeah. What color McLaren?
Red and black.
I love it. Josh Randell disavows coming in at a $10 super chat. Thanks again, Josh. Always appreciate you. Great to have you here as always. Lurking a bit. Absolutely obliterated my kitchen making a baby back rib fest. I'm salivating because I've just been having green juice and tea all day, so I'm ready to go for some baby back rib fest. Sounds good, Josh. You're always making something, man. You sound like I don't know if you're like a professional chef or something, but you're always whipping up something pretty tasty in the kitchen. So did you see that point during the day today where Doge was running independently from both Ethereum and Bitcoin? I think it lasted like about an hour and a half. I guess my point is,
we're
what I'm talking about?
We're still in it.
Yeah,
we're still in it right now.
Yeah,
I mean we're 3%, where Bitcoin is negative 0.17, or Ethereum's basically holding at 0. We're still positive over Bitcoin and Ethereum.
I guess you're right. The bigger question that comes to mind when I see things like this is this like the beginning stages of our little Doge kind of growing up and more of a future trends to come? Wherein do you think the longer time goes on that Dogecoin will start doing these independent runs, break out from the top two a bit more often?
I mean, historically, that is how it has moved for the past year. And you and I have been watching this every day for the past year. I think the first time we did a show together was on April 14th or April 13th. It started to take off, and coincidentally, that was my last day of day trading Dogecoin because it's just not very predictable. I mean, for a very long period after its first move to like 9 cents, it was very predictable, and I traded it with a ton of success. Granted, I was only trading about 500,000, but it was to make 20,000 a month and a half or something. But after it moved up to 44 or 45 cents, ever since then there was the downturn and then the manipulation in the SNL and then just a continual downtrend where we didn't know would the market fall out. We don't know. Now I think it is becoming a better and better possibility that it possibly could lead into a parabolic move. However, that being said, if that doesn't happen, it is going to have to fight. Like the fight is it is going to have to fight its way back up, and there will be, Batman was talking about this earlier. That fight could be hard fought if it decides to stair step its way up. By the way, stair stepping its way up is the right way to do it, because on parabolic moves you lose structure. Everything breaks down. You know what I mean? You go all the way. You go up to $1.81. You might come back down below $1. You know what I mean? So
right.
I think that we're either going to fight our way up, and that's that, or we'll just run out like crazy, and it'll be a sharp move to the upside.
Nice. Chris W. coming in with a $10 super chat. Chris, thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it, and thanks for joining us tonight. Picked up a few million Doge a while ago before the big spike. Do you think we'll hit $2 or $3 over the next 2 years? Always appreciate Steele and balls. You guys are rock stars. Chris W., thank you so much. Appreciate that. And what do you say, Nick? Doge $2 to $3 over the next couple of years? Probability, your take?
I think $2 Dogecoin is inevitable. I mean, we always talk, we talk with Risky a lot, and Risky has that, Dogecoin to $1. A lot of people want to see Dogecoin get to $1, but I'm afraid to tell you that, the next time Dogecoin moves up like crazy, it's going well past $1. It might not meet my target at $1.81, but it's certainly blasting through $1. But so that being said, I think $2 is not crazy at all. I mean, $2 is completely. I mean, $2 Dogecoin is close to half of Ethereum right now, basically. Market cap wise. So that's not even that. I mean, that's not that crazy. That's not within the realm of possibility. $3 is going to take a lot more push, and I could see $3 happening in a couple years within the next bull cycle, if that's in fact how the markets decide to play out. If they're going to go bearish again for another year.
Yes.
I could see $3 happening well within the next bull cycle, as long as structure maintains and there's not a massive sell-off. But at this point, you got Mark Cuban tweeting he thinks that it's the greatest digital currency on earth. So I don't see that changing.
Yeah, I big time agree. Yeah, guys, I noticed some of you guys in the chat were putting in some complaints in about the noise levels, but I think I readjusted things accordingly. So let me know if how things are sounding as far as the balance between being able to hear us both and the music. And who do we got here for membership? Awesome, Nicholas Alessandro. New agent. Welcome to new agent status. Exclusive agent for Steven Steele live. Welcome to the green scene, my friend. I love it. You are now official member of the best crypto community on the YouTubes. So congratulations, and look forward to seeing you in the exclusive membership chats and everything else, my friend. So welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. What was the last thing you said there, Nick? Because I was going to dovetail off of that.
$3 possible in the next 2 years.
Yeah. I think. I know. Okay, so I guess my take on this is my end of year is a bit more modest than yours. A little bit under $1 is where I'm putting Doge, anywhere from 70 cents to 82 cents, I'd say, end of year. But I think 22 cents is going to be likely anyway. I think likely you're going to see massive gains over the 12 months in 2022. Like we often said, Nick, once we get past $1, there's a big psychological barrier, and that's like a big sell-off point for most people. So I think it's going to dump hard a few times once we get close to $1. But I think after it dumps hard a few times, I think the resistance will be a lot lower, and then we'll eventually blast through that $1 period. I think it just psychologically, it just totally changes the game when people are looking at the value of $1.09 Doge, $1.10 Doge, $1.12 Doge. All of a sudden, so many people that are just casual investors, people that are casually involved of Dogecoin enthusiasts saying, "Oh, wait a minute! I thought the dollar was the end game, but this thing's, we're still going here. This thing has a lot more potential than $1. Oh, well, I think I'm just going to hang on to my investments, just see where this goes." I think that the journey from $1 to $2 is going to be exponentially more efficient than our journey will have been to $1. What do you say?
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, I think because I think it psychologically changes the game for a lot of people, and at that point, I think people are underestimating the profoundness of that. I'd like to welcome It's All Risky. It's All Risky to the show and to the chat. Good to see you in the chat. It's All Risky. We love you here. You're a huge ally of the Dogecoin community, and your support is always your support and presence is always welcome, my friend. Chi-Chi. Welcome, Chi-Chi. Good to see you, Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi was signing up as a new agent for Steven Steele Live. Welcome aboard, Chi-Chi. It's great to see you, great to have you, and welcome to membership status. This is excellent. Let's see. Sell order locked in for $1.81. Hey, Nick. That's what. Yeah. yeah.
I mean, but again, another thing I want to say is I keep my. So for the same reason I don't normally go down to a super low level is because I'm not day trading. If I was day trading, I would be looking for more, more finite price targets. I'm not, that's why I keep, I do keep out some pretty long predictions as far as long price targets go. But normally on the day-to-day, I'm not looking at a minute chart, you know what I mean? Like I said, when I was watching Batman today, he was on the 5-minute. I was like, yeah, I'll take a look at the 5. I don't normally look that low just because I'm not normally trading Dogecoin on the daily, at least for a while now. So back when I did used to trade Dogecoin, I'd be like you. I'd be stuck on a 1 minute or a 5 minute, and then I'd kind of zoom out from there, and it's like, I don't know. It gives me, I don't know, something about watching movement that close up and making a trade based off of what's happening minute to minute. That's how you do it. It just gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
So Risky in the chat, after Doge passes $1, the entire paradigm will change. There is no ceiling, and I couldn't agree more. But I don't think if we move up, if we can blast through our previous all-time high, $1's not that far off. I don't think $1 is the end-all be-all. I think it's very attainable.
Yeah, big time. That by the way, Nick, that picture you sent me in the message is really extraordinary, isn't it? It's talk about the opening the curtain on behind the curtain
Yeah.
on Wizard of Oz, right? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Exactly what you would think, right?
Exactly. Honestly, it's so funny how those things work out. By the way, I'm opening up, right now, guys. The latest newsletter, the latest article rather, from It's All Risky. Definitely check it out. It's All Risky is a phenomenal writer, and in my opinion, does hands down some of the best writing and journalistic work, Doge-centric work. So if you don't already follow It's All Risky on Twitter, go ahead and give It's All Risky a follow. It's just as it sounds, at It's All Risky. And they just released a new newsletter article today titled "Why Doge is Preparing for Liftoff," with bullish price action, positive news, and hits of a mega partnership to come. Doge looks stronger than ever. Let's look at why Doge could be in the final countdown. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-ba-ba, to launch its moon mission to $1 and beyond. Yeah, so that's just a little bit of snippet I'm giving you. And yeah, I am totally shilling for It's All Risky right now because It's All Risky's freaking awesome. So check out their newsletter. Give Risky a follow. Well worth it. Well worth it. Anyway, oh no, we've dipped a little bit back now. We're below the 30-cent threshold. We've got some retracement. No. There's 3 red candles. The sky is falling. Everyone's time to freak out. So
and this is why I don't look at, I can see I have the live price just like everybody else does on TradingView. I can see what the trading price is, but it doesn't matter to me on a day-to-day thing because I'm not actively selling Doge.
Right.
Why would I look at a 1-minute chart, like on a short time frame when I'm not selling any Dogecoin? It doesn't mean anything to me. So I think it's important, if you're going to be trading, that you should be looking at really, really small time frames. But if you're not trading, what does it matter? It's gonna make you like. That's why I always told you you're on small time frames all the time. So you're on like the 1 minute or the you're on the 3 minute now, which is big for you.
Well, I kind of run it like when I'm strictly doing just like market watch hangouts. I do those a lot of times while you're not here, and I kind of run it like I kind of have fun and just kind of like run it like an auctioneer or something. Like, here we go to coming up green candle.
Yeah, I mean it's good for. I think it's good for views. I think it's good for people.
It's
like
fun.
To see the needle move or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think for people who aren't actively selling Dogecoin or buying, I guess too, if you're not actively buying, it might give you, at least for me, it gives me anxiety to see like erratic price movement. I guess it feels good to see a daily chart where that there's a bit of structure being built, and we've had several green days in a row. Everything looks nice. It's good. It's good to know that there are like positive benefits to both zooming out and zooming in, I think.
Yeah, definitely. We're already seeing a green candle kind of spurred up right now, this is overall this is good, healthy retracement and breathing that we're seeing going on. For example, guys, if I pull back to let's look at like an 8-hour chart. Okay, look at that. Look how beautiful that 8-hour chart looks, right? So look where we were just a short time ago, and look at just this healthy progress right up to here. It's just a healthy, not too crazy ascension, and establishing new floors, retracing a bit. It's almost like overall what we're looking at here, even on just like an 8-hour chart like what I have on the screen now, it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You know what I mean? 2 more steps forward, 1 step back. And that's fine. You want it that way. We've said this many times. You should get more nervous when things go parabolic without much retracement. That's when you should be very worried.
That's what I said when I think the first show I came on. I was like, man, when things blast off like crazy is when I'm like, I feel weird. I don't know why. You would think it would be the opposite, right? Like I'd feel I'd feel nervous or anxious when the price like goes down super hard. But it's not the case. I don't know why. I can't explain it. And again, these are just things that I do. Everybody's different. Anybody can chart however you want. That's the nice thing about freedom of speech or freedom of whatever you want to do. You can do whatever you want. And I see a lot of really good TA guys on YouTube too, and they all have their different little tricks and tips, and you can learn a lot from a lot of people out there.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, we're coming up again. More green on the scene, if you know what I mean. Saturday night, feeling all right. Looking at Ethereum. Ethereum is up about 5% for the week. It's down a little bit over the last 24. It's down actually 1.6% over the last 24. And Bitcoin is down about 1.5% over the last 24, right? But then when we look at our dog money is looking triumphant, up over 4% for the day. So we are still galloping to the beat of our own drum in the absence of any Elon hype or special announcements. And here we are, Doge having secured its place as a top 10 cryptocurrency in permanence of top 10, I believe. I don't see any signs of that changing. Now showing just more significant progress than the big two, than almost anything else in the top 10, with maybe for the exception of ADA, through the Alfonso hard fork is the reason why ADA is doing so well, with the announcement of the new smart contract integration through Charles Hoskinson, and what they're calling the Alonzo hard fork is what it's called, Nick, and it sounds kind of like a gay porn that I never wish to see.
Yeah, Ethereum had the London hard fork, which aptly named. I don't know why ADA is calling their fork Alonzo. What a thing to name a fork. Risky's bringing up Mark Cuban. I totally that was a huge back and. Did you see that whole back and forth today?
Yeah, absolutely massive. In fact, I was going to talk about that a little bit, but hell, why don't we bring it up now? I'm going to go to Mark Cuban's Twitter, and I'm going to bring up that correspondence, because now Mark Cuban, and I call him Mark. I've taken to calling him Mark Cuban simply for his pronunciation of Dogecoin. So anyway, he had a very spirited back and forth with, I guess for all intents and purposes, what you would describe as a Bitcoin maximalist, right? And this guy, it goes by the name of Jason A. Williams, parabolic guy. And he refers to himself in second person. And he tweeted this out 10 hours ago. He said, Jason, the parabolic guy, says Mark Cuban has no effing clue what he's talking about. Infinite supply meme token, bro, WTF.
Well, he refers to himself in the second person, so you know that he's at least mentally stable, right? We know that this guy is all together. He's got everything in order.
Dude, we've been having such a funny week with this, right? I mean, and we don't see it. We don't see it just within the Bitcoin community. Unfortunately, we do see it with, and I would say it's a small fraction, but it is a small fraction of the Dogecoin community too. With these,
I've never seen anyone in the Dogecoin community refer to themselves. It's
I feel like there's a couple that probably do in their own ways. I mean, my point is we've definitely seen, unfortunately, we've seen a few examples in the Dogecoin community of Doge Maxis gone wild, and these people are just unhinged lunatics, honestly.
Everywhere.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, these people are everywhere.
Yeah, this isn't specific to even Bitcoin or Dogecoin. I tweeted something out yesterday about it, and I think that summed it up pretty succinctly. If you just give me a moment, guys, I'm going to just scroll down and pull it up here, because I think it's kind of a nice way of summing it all up. And it is, it's here. I'm scrolling. What it basically said, guys, is, these things are kind of inevitable. For some reason, I'm scrolling, I can't find it. But basically, what I said, and I'm paraphrasing, is this: inevitably, any movement that gets to a certain threshold in size is always going to have a small segment of lunatics that you have to deal with. If a movement gets big enough, it'll automatically, inevitably, reach a threshold where you're going to get a small segment of lunatics in the box seats. Okay, and the important thing is that they're just relegated to the special person section, and almost all the time that they are, and the overwhelming majority of the Dogecoin community is wonderful, fantastic people, right? Fantastic people, but
well, the thing about this particular guy, this Jason dude, was that he, and this is typical of people who only see one thing. This guy only sees Bitcoin. He commented to Mark Cuban, Dogecoin doesn't have any developers. Well, right away, by making that statement, we know that this gentleman knows nothing about Dogecoin. He knows nothing about it. He's into it. He's never researched it. He has just a cursory view of what Dogecoin really is. Because if he did any research at all, he would know that there's like a very strong core development team that's been working on the project pretty much since the beginning. Yeah, there's been a few people here and there that have come in and out, but the core developers have pretty much stuck together. So to say there's no core development going on it's just wrong. So making a statement like that almost invalidates everything else you're going to say afterwards. Because it's like you're talking about Coca-Cola and the guy's like, yeah, the blue bottle that says Pepsi on it. It's like, no, it's about Coca-Cola. It's like, yeah, well, okay, I'm not going to trust anything you say now because we're not even talking about the same thing here.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just he just proved himself completely wrong from the jump. So I couldn't take that guy seriously after that.
Yeah, I think you raise a good point. I mean, if you're starting off that way, and it just shows how ignorant and how little you know about the basic fundamentals of a top 10 coin, and before the amazing thing is to me is before you pop off at Mark Cuban, you're not going to double check the thing that you're about to say. You better double check before you come in all hot like that, Jason A. Williams. So Jason spouted off that rubbish. Mark Cuban responded with this: Except it's not an infinite supply, bro. It's a declining inflationary rate. There are 5.2 billion coins minted per year. And so yeah, and then Billy Marcus chimed in as well and said, I have a jar, and in the jar I put $1 every day. Thus, I have an infinite money supply.
Yeah.
The infinite money argument. And then it kind of went on from there, but Mark Cuban just basically went on to spank this guy pretty good. And this guy is pretty well known in the Bitcoin community. He's got about 140,000 followers. And he's the author of a book called Bitcoin: Hard Money You Can't F With. Okay. Okay. It's just kind of like, that's cool, bro. But like, I just don't understand, like, what the misconceptions that he was peddling out there so boldly were easily checkable with a 5 minute on the Google,
I think the funniest, Mark Cuban came back perfectly and basically said, like, look, and because somebody, I don't know if it was a Jason guy or somebody else, somebody was like, Mark Cuban's just trying to pump his own bags of Dogecoin. He's like, first off, no, I'm not. I have accepted cryptocurrency for the Dallas Mavericks for years now, by the way. And so far, 90-something% of our purchases have been in Dogecoin. No one is spending Bitcoin on jerseys or tickets. People aren't doing that. So, like, and I would urge, and there, by the way, there was a comment section filled with other people who run and operate businesses that accept Dogecoin, and they all chimed in as well, and they all accept other cryptos too. It's like all of our payments come through Doge. They don't come through Bitcoin. No one is spending this. I don't think people understand that. Bitcoin is an amazing store of value. It is an undisputed asset class as a store of value. That's great. There's nothing wrong with that. But as a currency, it is not that great. It's really not great for like buying stuff and I don't think this is something that Satoshi even thought about. I was listening to somebody, I can't remember who it was. I was listening to somebody and they were like, I don't think Satoshi ever pictured Bitcoin being worth $50,000. When Bitcoin first came out, it was like Dogecoin. It was a fraction of a penny. So for that to be used as a transactional currency, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, it's like going into 7-Eleven with a $50,000 bill. It just doesn't make sense. And I understand that you can use sats, and that's all fine and well, but it doesn't transfer quickly, and it's not easy to use. It's very difficult, and these are problems that encompass the crypto in general. Like this, Billy and I have talked about this on a couple occasions. Crypto's inherently difficult, but at least with Dogecoin, things happen quickly. You can move stuff around in like a pretty good, quick amount of time. The network is fast, So I don't know. I think Mark came back. He came back with the perfect response. I think he did a great job of handling that.
Yeah, just brilliant. I completely concur. Chris W. coming in again with a $10 super chat. Thank you again, Chris. Really appreciate that, man. Where will a Dogecoin party? Where? I don't know why I'm having trouble with this. Will there be? Okay, duh. Will there be a Dogecoin party when we get to a certain amount? Well, as we recall, there's a now defunct member of the Dogecoin community that was supposed to be responsible for this in the city of Boston. But since he's out of the picture, I don't think there's anything for sure handled. But I don't see. I mean, it might be someone's got to pick up the mantle for that. So there's nothing planned officially yet, Chris. But there's still time. There's still plenty of time. But yeah, I think it's a great idea. Maybe even Nick and I can start, bouncing this idea around. Maybe talking with some other folks. Maybe getting in touch with Matt Wallace and some of our other friends. And go ahead.
Yeah, I think Miles and I came to the conclusion that if Miles, myself, and Matt got together, we could handle it.
Oh, totally. Yes. So there you have it, guys. We're gonna pick up the mantle, Chris. We're gonna pick up the mantle between Nick and I, Matt Wallace, Miles G, and we're gonna make something happen there. We're gonna make something happen there.
I'd like to respond. Risky just posted something hilarious that I have said since the very beginning. Sats is a terrible name, awful branding. Unit bias is real, and 100 billion plus Doge is a perfect amount. It's hilarious because I said this from, I think, back in 2012 when somebody explained to me what a sat was. And I'm like, dude, what does that even mean? Well, it's a Satoshi, and this is the guy who made it. And so it's like, can I explain this to my dad? Can I explain a sat to my dad? By the way, I have tried to explain this to my father on several occasions, and like what a sat really is. And although he understands it, you can tell by when I describe it to him, he just doesn't grasp it. But he knows that one Dogecoin is one Dogecoin, and that the value, is somewhere in the cents at the moment. But like, he can understand that the transacting is 1-to-1. Mm-hmm. It just, people get their mind blown away when they hear a Bitcoin is, 50K. And well, you can break that down into fractions. Well, yeah, I guess you can, but like, it's just like I said, it's like going to 7-Eleven with a gold bar.
Mm-hmm.
It's not user friendly, I should say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Gotcha. Here we are, back over 30 cents again, guys. So we're back in the green. So back over the big 3-0, and Yeah, I think it's only going to go up from here, honestly, guys, in a very measured way over the next 7 to 10 days. I really do. Will it reach 40 cents? 40 cents by, what do you say, Nick? 40 cents by mid-September?
I think 40 is possible by next weekend.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, if we can get, I'll say this, I think if we can get over the next level, I can't remember if it's 0.5 or what the next, because I'm in now, but whatever the next fib level is, yeah, I mean, I think it's possible. I don't think 40 is out of control. Now, the level above that's at like 41 something. That might be a bit of a reach, but like I said, if we do this, 60% of the last 7 days over the next 7 days, yeah, I mean, we'll be in the high 30s.
Yeah. Wow, even to put in the high 30s would just be amazing for where we are at. And, gee, this could be one of those times, Nick, where, people are going to start regretting that they didn't buy in just last week at around 20 cents, well, they still had the chance. I maxed out personally, or else I would have. But hey, did you hear that? Speaking of which, did you hear that Crypto Batman sold his off his whole crypto portfolio?
I did.
Yeah.
That's made a bunch of financial decisions while drinking that I think is like crazy. I wouldn't do that, but I try and be like whenever I was, and like I said, I'm not trading anymore, so or not, at least not trading Dogecoin anymore.
Right.
When I was trading, I like to be kind of hyper vigilant, because you never know, it could take off or it could tank or whatever. So it's kind of you're putting yourself in a precarious spot. But some people operate better drunk or inebriated or whatever. I'm not one of those people. So
right.
Yeah, I try to avoid making big financial decisions like in a different state of mind.
Wow. Yeah. And I think he got a pretty decent, bag of fiat on him now to rebuild with.
Yeah.
It sounds like he regrets that this took place, but he's pretty open about it. I'm not hating on him at all. I mean, you got to do what's best for him, but I don't think it was best for him. I think he came to that same conclusion as well. We love Crypto Batman, and I was just we were both just stopping in there before we went live tonight. So, and we definitely got some Moonbats that tune in here as well. Looking into the chat now, guys, we're at about 100 folks watching. We're at about 60 likes. If you could help narrow that gap, that'd be hugely appreciated. Just take a split second of your time to smash that like button. It really does help out the channel a great deal, and it's something super simple and easy to do. Appreciate that, guys. And then also, if you're brand new here, I'd like to personally welcome you and invite you to subscribe. Hit all on that notification bell, because we are predominantly a live show, so you never want to miss our spontaneous streams like this one, our late-breaking news streams where we talk about a lot of breaking important crypto-esque, crypto-centric news that can be very important and integral to your investment decisions. And then also, memberships are now been up and going fully, and I've been pumping out a lot of membership-only content. Going to be continuing to ramp that up even more, and that will unlock membership-only features. And just click join at the bottom of the video, that join button, and then the membership features will pop. The membership tier options will pop up, and you get 3 different tiers of membership. Entry level is only $4, only $4 a month. So,
actually, I'm gonna get rolling here. I got an early morning tomorrow. I got a little party to go to, so I'm gonna head out.
I understand. Thanks, Nick. It's always great to have you, and I'll just take the helm from here.
All right, sounds good, Steven. You guys have a good night, and remember, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Sounds good, Nick. Thank you, man. Nick Balls, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you give Nick a follow on Twitter. We're trying to get him to 5K. We could get him to 5K on Twitter, can't we, folks? Just look up Nick Balls, just as it's spelled, NickBallz, and he'll pop up right away. Chris W., welcome again. Thank you, man. With coming with another $10 super chat. Really appreciate it, Chris. Count me in on the help at the Doge party. I've been buying Doge since, a fraction of a penny. Want to help all the noobs. Awesome. Chris, we will definitely keep you in mind. Listen, feel free to reach out. Feel free to hit up my inbox. My DMs are open on Twitter. So just say, hey, this is Chris W. from the live chats, and we'll work it out. But yeah, between Nick, Matt Wallace, myself, and Miles G, we will work out the Doge to $1 party when that time happens. Okay, we're gonna work it out. We're gonna make it happen. We're not sure when or where yet, but we will fill you in when it goes on, and that'd be great to see you folks too. That'd be awesome. So, Doge is flying high again, as 80s Ozzy would say. So we're at about comfortably over 30 cents again, I would say. There's definitely some more buy than sell orders coming in. I think we're going to ascend a little bit further than that before we hit some retracements. But yeah, things are looking good. Things are looking good, guys. Hey, always great to have Nick. Let's see here. I lost something in the chat. Oh, Trucking All Day. Is that why Crypto Batman was asking what coin will rise? I think so, Trucking All Day. I think Crypto Batman's desperate to get some gains back. He made a rash decision. God bless him, Yeah, definitely. So, again, kind of circling back to this Mark Cuban thing. This today was absolutely epic for Dogecoin in terms of that. Mark Cuban has 8.5 million followers. Mark Cuban has 8.5 million followers on Twitter, and he just went on just a rampage against closed-minded Bitcoin maxis in defense of Doge. Brilliantly defended Doge and put them in their place, honestly. Just absolutely ran circles around them, schooled them. And this is great news, particularly from somebody with over 8 million followers. And so the last response he gave to this Bitcoin maxi, Jason A. Williams, who calls himself Parabolic Guy, kind of cringe in my opinion, whatever. So Jason A. Williams, Parabolic Guy, this Bitcoin maximalist, said the last thing Mark Cuban responded to him on was this. Mark, these are all old takes from 2017. We went all over all this. Buy a stack of Bitcoin and stop the Doge shill. That's so stupid. This is a joke meme coin and no devs and no theoretical supply limit. This is not good money whatsoever, all caps. Okay, dude. Okay. When I read a comment like that, there's this old Ramones song. They're like one of the original OG punk rock bands from the 70s and throughout the 80s. The Hey Ho Let's Go band. And they had this song called Lobotomy. And as I was reading Jason A. Williams, aka Parabolic Guy's tweet here, Lobotomy by the Ramones just started pounding through my brain as I was reading this guy's equal parts arrogance and stupidity. Lobotomy. I felt like I had a lobotomy reading that guy's tweet. So this guy, this Bitcoin maxi, who's also the author of Hard Money You Can't F With, what a badass, said this. I'm going to read it to you guys one more time because this is so rich. Mark, these are old takes from 2017. We went over all of this. Buy a stack of Bitcoin and stop the Doge shill. This is a joke meme coin with no devs and no theoretical supply limit. This is not good money whatsoever. To which Mark Cuban replied, I don't shill Doge. I don't shill the products and services of my companies. No, I don't shill Doge. I shill the products and services of my companies, where we allow people to pay in any crypto. 95% of the sales are in Doge. Let me read that again. 95% of the sales are in Doge. Customers choose to use Doge. We can argue everything and anything regarding Bitcoin. But right now, Doge is the people's way to pay. Hallelujah! Hashtag Doge facts. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Could that come on any stronger, any clearer, any stronger of an endorsement than that right there from our man, our new ambassador, Mark Cuban. Just amazing. 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 Absolutely epic, epic, epic. Listen, folks. If you have the means to buy anything with Dogecoin right now, if you have any Dogecoin on a wallet, and I want you to, if you have the means to do so, obviously, I want you to buy something off of the Mavs website. I don't give a rat's ass about the Mavs, personally. I don't care. That's not the point. But I think it would be great if the Doge community completely vindicated even more what Mark Cuban is saying. If we can flood the Mavs website with merch sales of Doge, hey, let's do it. Let's do it. Go to the Mavs website, and even if it's a hat or like the smallest item, check out with Doge. Check out with Doge. So consequentially, I've got a hat and a shirt, a Maverick shirt coming to my house that I paid for with Doge. So there you have it, folks. So that is, if we could all do that, or not all do that, but the ones with the means to do it, I think we should do it. Because what a statement that would make if the Mavericks, the Dallas Mavericks, doubled their Doge sales since last time. Holy smokes. Omar Cuban is going to take to the mainstream media, take to his social media, and say, holy mackerel, these Doge folks weren't kidding. My Doge sales are even double what they were last year. Doge is the future of digital currency in a retail space. And then at that point, when other businesses are eyeing Mark Cuban and seeing the kind of numbers he's doing off of Dogecoin, they're going to all want to ape in and replicate those kind of numbers. They're going to replicate all those kind of numbers. It's All Risky says, Mark is going to run his summer sale and Doge will be a huge hit. What's more, Elon will announce Doge for Tesla, and the numbers of folks that buy with it will be astronomical. Woo! Feeling like Ric Flair right now, guys. I'm feeling the energy of Ric Flair. I feel possessed by Ric Flair right now. Just makes you wanna woo! Makes you wanna woo! This is just phenomenal. I am fired up. I'm ready to go. We've got so much to be stoked about. We've got the Dogementum. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? I can dig it. She can dig it. He can dig it. We can dig it. It's All Risky can dig it. Kama DeLufa can dig it. Truckin' All Day, Nurse Terry Reed, Josh Randell disavows, Bang Stun, Zero Fox, Luminal 4D, Kyle S., Dylan McDougal, Abstractus Artemis, Slay Blaze, and all the rest of you fine folks. I know you can dig it. Now is a pivotal moment in Dogecoin history, in crypto history. What has transpired today, through the words of Mark Cuban, and through the words and actions coming together of Elon Musk, is something that I've been predicting and hammering on these airwaves night after night after night after night. And what is that? It's the simple truth. I've made 3 stinking videos on this now, and I've been shouting it from the rooftops until it gets through people's stinking heads. And with all due respect to to Bitcoin, and I have a lot of respect for Bitcoin. I own Bitcoin. I own some Bitcoin. And it's the OG, and we owe a lot to Bitcoin for that. But the truth is, consequentially to the way it's structured, it is now inevitably evolved and continues to evolve into a high value, appreciating asset, very akin to digital gold, to be used as a nice bit of leverage against fiat. That's great. That's needed. That's awesome. That's awesome. But there's one glaring problem with that model. And that one glaring problem is this, folks. And I've said it yesterday, I've said it many days before, and I'm here to tell you again. Bitcoin is dead on arrival in a retail space. Bitcoin is dead on arrival in a retail space. Bitcoin is dead on arrival in a retail space. Hello, wake up markets, wake up corporations, wake up small businesses, wake up large businesses. No one's buying anything with Bitcoin. No one is buying their Pizza Hut pizzas with Bitcoin. Nobody's buying their Ubers when they're on vacation with Bitcoin. Nobody's buying their Bender trips to Vegas with their friends on Bitcoin. Nobody will be buying Pepsi Cola with Bitcoin. Nobody will be buying Taco Bell with Bitcoin. Nobody will be buying their Starbucks Caramello triple soy latte with Bitcoin. At that point, where do we turn? Where do we turn? This is an emerging, urgent issue and shoes that need to be filled. We need a digital currency that can be accessible to a large portion of the population for retail purchases, both large and small. And there is I would submit to you, there is no better cryptocurrency on the planet, better poised or positioned to step up to the plate and knock it out of the park in that fashion than dog money. Dog money. Dog money. We're putting it all on dog money. Can you dig it? Nurse Terry Reed coming in with a generous $20 super chat. Nurse Terry Reed, we love you here. Thank you so much for that. She says, woo! Let's get that Dogementum happening now. Yes. Dogementum. Hashtag it. Tell your moms, tell your friend, tell your mom, tell your aunts, tell your ex. Tell them all. Tell them all. Goodness gracious. For goodness sakes. Bitcoin maxis. For goodness sakes. We love Bitcoin. I think most of us here in the Dogecoin community can attest to that. We love Bitcoin. But we got to be real. You guys have Bitcoin has such a hard limited cap. Nobody goes out to sushi and pays for it in gold. You'd be crazy. You'd be stupid to do that. No one's going to do that. No one's going to do that. And all of these companies and corporations that have considered themselves very progressive on the cryptocurrency front, with all due respect to the esteemed CEO of AMC. If anybody connected to the esteemed CEO of AMC is listening to this now or will listen to this after this evening, Mr. Adam Aaron, Mr. Adam Aaron, you have made a very brave, significant step forward in the adoption of cryptocurrency into retail by accepting and announcing the acceptance of Bitcoin in all AMC theaters by the end of the year. Very brave, very bold, big kudos. Thank you. It's an important step. It's a significant step. I'm not belittling the guts that took to make that decision. However, sir, unfortunately, people are not going to buy 4 tickets to Men in Black 5 and a couple orders of Jujubes, Reese's Pieces, a jumbo order of popcorn, a diet soda, and a squirt with Bitcoin. It's not happening, man. It will not happen. The good news is there is an answer. A brilliant, bright, shining, Doge-centric answer right before you, sir. It's called Dogecoin. We have a huge, bright, tremendous community waiting to back you up. We're waiting in the wings for you. We're waiting to put all our muscle and weight behind AMC. Sir, all you have to do is announce acceptance to Dogecoin in addition to Bitcoin and watch the publicity go wild. Watch the cryptocurrency sales go wild. We've got your back. We are here for you, Mr. Adam Aaron. The Doge community has your back. How many Bitcoin, hashtag Bitcoin AMC hashtags are there on social media? How many hashtag BTC AMC hashtags are there on social media? A pathetic amount. Conversely, look at how much attention has been dedicated in sheer large numbers to hashtag AMC Doge. It's been going gangbusters. So many people want this. So many people can't wait to go to the movies on Doge. We can make this happen. I think we will make it happen. I definitely think we can make it happen. There is no cryptocurrency more poised and better well suited to make this happen from a utilitarian point of view and a populist point of view than Dogecoin. It's time to wake up. Smell the Doge roses, folks. Bitcoin's dead on arrival in a retail space, and the dog money is ready to spend, baby. We're ready to throw those dog dollar bills. Vote with our dollars. Vote with our Dogers. There's no other community in the history of crypto that is willing to actually vote with their cryptocurrency more than the Dogecoin community. Alan Schneider coming in with a $2 super sticker with an emoji pointing to the sky, pointing to the moon. Thank you, sir. How cool would it be to walk into a Doge theater with your hot date? Now picture this. Picture this. Picture it's a warm summer night. You're on a first date with a gorgeous gal. And if you're a woman, a gorgeous man, or if you're gay, just, adjust the narrative accordingly. You're on the date with your first date with a gorgeous gal. You have a really nice dinner. Let's say you went to get like some Pan-Asian fusion stuff. You're eating pot stickers. You have a nice seaweed salad. You're having great conversation. She's drinking a mojito. You're eating on the patio. There's a warm summer breeze as the sun goes down. You're nervously eating with chopsticks, trying to be cool. The second round of food comes in. It's like some avocado sashimi or some shit. You pretend to like it a little more than you do. But then the dessert's pretty out of this world. It's like this chocolate mousse. Let's just say it's chocolate mousse. Anyway, by the time you finish up and pay your bill, it's about 9:30 p.m. What should we do now? Oh my gosh, the new James Bond movie just came out yesterday. Have you seen it? Well, I know I haven't. I love James Bond, she says. And you said, you know what? I do too. In fact, honey, I was raised on James Bond, and we're going to go see that movie together right now because it starts in 30 minutes at our local AMC theater, just 15 minutes away. She says, oh my, well, that sounds wonderful. You escort her out of the restaurant. You open the doors for her because that's what a man does. You put her in that front seat. You put the sunroof down. You start playing spy music just to get into the feel for what's about to happen. Before you know it, you're at the AMC parking lot. Look at that. It's the late show, so there's a lot of parking spots open. You get rockstar parking right in the front. You jump out of the vehicle, you pop around to the driver's side or the passenger's side. You open up that door. She steps out of your vehicle, and my goodness, you didn't have a good enough look the first time, but this girl's got 7-inch heels on and Daisy Duke shorts. Man, oh man. And she's got long, beautiful hair. You make your way towards that AMC. You open that door, and when you open that door to the AMC, a wave of beautiful, chilling central air washes over you. You take a deep breath. Oh yeah. And you say it just like that. Just like Randy Macho Man Savage would. And then you walk up to a nervous, awkward-looking high school kid in a bow tie who's going through his emo phase. He swallows, looks up. Can I help you? And you say, yeah, you definitely can, son. We need 2 of your finest tickets to the latest James Bond film. Okay. Anything else? That'll be all. Okay, your total's $24. How would you like to pay for that? I would like to pay for it with Dogecoin, the future currency of Earth and Mars. The kid nervously swallows. Okay. Go right ahead. You take out your slick-looking gold and clear Dogecoin card. You swipe it. You're all paid, and you get a receipt. $24, 2 tickets to the show, paid with Dogecoin. That is the future that we want. That is the future that we need. That is the future we will get, ladies and gentlemen. Chris W. coming in with a $20 super chat. Thank you for that, Chris. Appreciate you so much. Bought Steam coin in 2017. Thought it'd be the Facebook of the future. Went up and down over the years. Any thoughts for the future? Go Steele. Steam coin. Now, I've heard of Steam coin, Chris. And it sounds like you're still holding, yeah, since 2017. I've looked up Steam coin before, but it's been a while, my friend. It's been a while. And I can see how you drew the conclusion that it was going to be the next Facebook. But unfortunately, it's just kind of hasn't really taken hold on mass adoption yet, has it? So you're essentially asking me what I think the future for Steam coin is. Well, I'm not an expert on Steam coin, but what I can tell you is that it's been around long enough where I think if it was going to be headed to be the Facebook of the future, you would at least start seeing some certain signs that that was a high probability at this stage in the game. That's just my opinion. What I would probably do, I would probably take a pretty good chunk of your Steam coin out and reallocate it somewhere else on the next time it's up. What percentage of that? That's up to you, man. But I would definitely take a good chunk out. I would reallocate it to Doge. I'd reallocate it to Ethereum. Heck, I'd even reallocate it to Bitcoin. I might even consider reallocating it to Stellar Luna. Just my 2 cents. Hope that's helpful for you, Chris. New member. Who do we got here? Marcus Malari. All right, Marcus, great to have you. Great to see you, Marcus Malari. Good to have you in the community, my friend. Thank you for becoming an agent of the Steven Steele community. Good to have you. Thank you for that, man. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard, Marcus. Now we're getting Doge James Bond titles in the chat. I'm just catching up on this now. Josh Randell, just about, says, the Doge who loved me. I can't read that other comment that you left, Josh. Josh also says, before I die, I'm going to buy Texas toast with Doge. That's right. I guess it did turn into a story time, didn't it? You never know what you're going to get on this show. You never know. I mean, I never know I never know quite where it's going to end up when I go live. I never quite know. Yeah, sorry, Chris. I hope my advice, I wasn't trying to diss Steam Coin. You just asked me what my opinion was on the fly of it. I told you. So, Joshua, that was a dope story. Thank you. Chi-Chi asks, is everyone here going to be a Doge millionaire? Who wants to be a Dogecoin millionaire? I think we all want to be Dogecoin millionaires. Is everyone here? No, everyone here is not going to be a Dogecoin millionaire. Just because that's just how it goes. You gotta be a holder for a real long time with a pretty good bags to make that happen. But what I do think is that I believe that a fair amount of the people in this community are going to make significant gains on Dogecoin. I do believe that, in all sincerity. Now let's see some Doge James Bond movie titles in the chat. Doge Raker. Doge Raker's good. Acta Doji. Trucking all day is Steam Coin like Red Coin. RDD has been 0.003 forever. I'd have to dig into the charting more on Steam Coin. The Doge only lives twice. Live and let Doge. That's pretty good. Live and let Doge. That is a long song, man. Live and let die. Definitely one of the more peculiar James Bond movies. It's a very exotic James Bond film. XRP is great, is making a great pump. Let's check out XRP right now. I've been kind of keeping an eye on it. WXRP in Cincinnati. All right, let's take a look at XRP, all right? And he's right. It's been a heck of a week for XRP Ripple. Wow, is it on just a rampage, guys. XRP Ripple up 60% for the week. Goodness gracious. Up over 20% just for the day, trading currently at $1.30. Amazing. Those of you who are XRP and ADA holders, you're making a lot of money this week. So congrats to you guys. I'm also a big fan of XLM. That's Stellar Lumens. I think it's incredibly undervalued. That's just my personal opinion. Stellar Lumens is up 27% for the week. Gold Dozier, the man with the golden Doge. Double O Doge, yes. Double O Doge. How come it took this long for someone to think of Double O Doge? It's like so obvious. But I didn't think of it. Truckin' All Day did, though. Golden Doge, yes. I love it. Dr. Doge. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-dow. Ba-da-da-ba-ba-dow. Dr. Doge. Dr. Doge has definitely got hoes in different area codes, if you know what I mean. Dogecoins are forever. Wow, these really lend themselves. It seems like a really natural pairing with these Dogecoin parody titles with James Bond films, doesn't it? Let's see. Is that the end of the James Bond parody titles? I think that was it. Those are good ones, though. I would say it's really hard to pick. They all roll off the tongue really well. Double O Doge is so obvious and great. I guess if I had to pick one, I'm gonna pick Octadoji because it's so ridiculous sounding. And that is obviously a augmented parody version of the seminal 1980s James Bond movie of the original title, which is Octopussy. Yes, that was the title of it. And one of James Bond's love interests in a few of the James Bond movies, her name was Pussy Galore. That was her name. And that was... It's so audacious. It's really audacious. I mean, they don't even name the girls things that provocatively now. And then, but I remember I grew up on James Bond movies. I grew up on Ian Fleming novels, which are the inspiration of James Bond films that they're templated with, or after, sorry. And I remember growing up watching James Bond films with my parents, and it's kind of awkward when you're a little kid and you're watching babes named P Galore. You're watching with their parents. Oh, man. Okay, I'm all caught up on Super Chats here. We need an Octadoge meme, I agree. Charlie's Doges, yes. Well, guys, we're still hanging tough, over 30 cents. The time is midnight. Do not feed your gremlins now, folks. Do not do it. Don't do it. Not even if they beg. Not even if they're wailing and gnashing their teeth. Not even if they're giving you the big sad eyes. Not even if you got a little gizmo and he's looking up to you in adoration. Do you feed that gremlin? Don't do it. Don't feed your gizmo. Don't feed your gremlins. They're going to multiply. They're going to tear up your town and turn it upside down. The time is now 12:01. Don't do it. The Doge is not enough. Jurassic Doge. How's it going, my dude? What's up, Chad Bagley? All right, guys. Well, in the words of Axl Rose of the seminal rock band Guns N' Roses. Where do we go now? Where do we go now? Doge of the Rings. Doge of the Rings. How did they do that? Good question. Good question. I don't know. They multiplied. Doge Royale. Oh, comma. I know what you said there. I knew someone was going to say that. I knew someone was going to say that. I knew someone was going to say it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to finish up this stream here. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. If you're not already a member, please consider hitting that join button. Check out the 3 different tiers of membership. Entry level is only $4 a month. $4 a month to unlock all the membership features. It's about 12. It's midnight, 12:03. I'm gonna have my green juice. I'm gonna take my vitamins. I'm gonna meditate for a little bit and just work on a few things. But I might be back. I might be back for a shorter after-hour stream for the members only. So that will probably happen. If those of you are night owls, I'm going to take some time, you guys, but it'll probably happen around 2 a.m., I would guess. Between 1:30 a.m. and 2 a.m. So in 90-ish or so minutes, I will probably be doing a members-only stream. So just watch out for that. Keep your notifications on. I will also be posting the members access stream to my Twitter. I'll also be posting it in the Discord. If you're not already a member of the Discord, my Discord is free. A lot of content creators charge for their Discord for, features and advice. My Discord's free. We've got a great community. The Discord has been growing every day. The memes have been pumping a mile a minute over at the Steven Steele Discord. So if you're not already hooked up with the Discord channel, what are you doing? Get your butt on over to the Discord. Do it to it. But I gotta say, the memes you guys are popping out are just phenomenal. Just a mile a minute in this community. Very, very, very impressive. Very impressive. Anyway, guys, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Really appreciate you guys. We've got the best community in crypto, in my opinion. You guys are just phenomenal. And welcome to my new members, including Marcus Malari and Chi-Chi and everyone else. Thank you so much. And thank you for the super chatters tonight to help offset all the time and efforts I put into this stuff. And a special thank you to It's All Risky for joining us tonight, for the kind words and the insights, etc. So at that, I'm going to bid you all adieu. I'll more than likely be seeing you guys for a members-only stream in about an hour and a half-ish, give or take. All right, guys. Until then, this is Steven Steele signing out.
You had that third failure in a row. Did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up. I mean, I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated.
There are American heroes who don't like this idea. Neil Armstrong, Gene Cernan have both testified against commercial spaceflight in the way that you're developing it, and I wonder what you think of that.
I was very sad to see that because those guys are, those guys are heroes of mine, so it's really tough. I wish they would come and visit and see the hardware that we're doing here. And I think that would change their mind.
They inspired you to do this, didn't they?
Yes.
And to see them casting stones in your direction.
It's difficult. probably not the guy that most people would bet on.
Who wins?
It's like a little kid fighting a bunch of sumo wrestlers. Usually the sumo wrestlers win. We're a little scrappy company. Every now and again, a little scrappy company wins. And I think this will be one of them.
Everyone from the Doge community that's in here tonight, I want you to listen to me very carefully. Right at this moment, I want you to stop what you're doing. Even anything else you might be doing, we'll have in the stream. And I want you to look. I want you to look at that computer screen monitor or that TV screen in front of you with that thumbnail art and my voice coming through to you right now. And I want you to understand one big, simple, epic concept. We are going to win. We are going to win. We are going to win. We've got the Dogementum. Can you dig it?
Maybe have some fun. I mean, it's like there's a good chance that crypto is the future currency of Earth. Right. And then it's like, well, which one is it going to be? Like, what would be the most ironic outcome? That the currency that was invented as a joke, in fact, becomes the real currency.
Right. Wow. No, absolutely.
So, to the moon. To the moon.
When you had that third failure in a row, did you think, I need to pack this in?
Never.
Why not?
I don't ever give up.